Now for my next little project, thinking about making a cross-kart. We call it Electron. We have an electric propulsion system, of course. But just a simple little thing. It's basically a go-kart on steroids. But we'll start off with a base pipe. Have a couple runs that go up and kick upwards. We'll have our main roll bar. Some kind of a nose bar. Connect the roof a little bit. Have a rear on it. Maybe even brace it back down to our main tube. We'll probably have some type of a brace up here on the front. That looks awful, doesn't it? Driver will be about like that. Steering wheel. A couple of A-frames up in the front. And we'll do some type of a swing arm with a shock in the back. And then the A-frames also have a shock in the front. Maybe mount the battery next to the driver. Motor will be basically over the fulcrum. Rear wheel, front wheel. So, should look way better than that, but that's a rough idea. As far as dimensions, I want to be able to fit a good sized adult. So I would say from our seat area to where the pedals will be, we're talking about 40 inches. We'll have a couple inches in front of the pedals, so we're talking 42 inches to our bend here. Then we'll go 12 inches up to meet our nose bar. As far as our windshield bar, from our floor line up to the windshield bar, we're going to go around 34 inches. And our roll bar, from our floor line up, let's go 30 inches. So that pretty much gives us some rough dimensions. Probably make some adjustments here and there if it's not high enough for headroom with a helmet or whatnot, but I think that gives us a good starting point, and we'll go from there. And this is what I have in mind for some of our main pieces. So like we discussed, our main rails will be 42 inches long and then 12 inches going up. This is our main rear bar. Put that about 30 inches wide. This would be our roll bar. About 10 inches across the top, about 28 inches down each side, bend it and then have it come back in about 13 inches on each side. So 28, 38, 39, 40, 41. So we'll come up to about 41, but with the bends and a little bit of a lean back is where we'll get about our 38 inches up from floor to there. Should be about 38 inches. And then for our nose bar, I think it should be a little bit narrower than our roll bar. So let's say about 9 maybe. From there to there. The long stretches, I'm thinking about 32. Going down each side. And then maybe come back about 16 inches on each side. These are all inches. across the bottom. It's not dimensionally correct, but I would say about 8 inches. Make the bottom a little bit narrower than the roof line. Alright, let's make up some stuff. Now that we've got a plan, we'll cut some pipe and do some bending. So, our seat will be here. We'll have our 2 main rails. Put our battery right here over our main rear rail. So our seat will be up about 5 inches from our main rear rail. From the back of the seat to where the pedals will be about 42 inches. Then the front will kick up a little bit, and those pieces will be about 10 inches long. So I've already got this rear bar to work with, and I cut a couple of pieces of pipe that are 57 inches long, and I marked them at 47 inches. Even use the square, make sure they're both marked exactly the same. Then we'll take it to the bender and get them bent. The material I'm working with is regular old, they call it 1/2 inch Schedule 40 water pipe, but it's actually 7/8 inches outside diameter, has about an 1/8 inch wall, and it's 5/8 inches inside diameter. And then we're just using a regular old Harbor Freight, old orange one, 12-ton pipe bender, and we put one of our main rails in the pipe bender, lined up our line with the middle of the bending die. Now we'll get her bent up. Here's our main cross back bar. Got our 2 frame rails. Alright, now that we got the floor plan, I guess you would say, done, we can move on to do the roll bar next. So we'll split it into 2 pieces, so it'll be 13, 28, and 5. Then we'll make another one, exact same thing, then we'll connect them. And our roll bar. So next we'll make the nose windshield bar, I guess you would call it. Same concept. We'll split our 9 in half to be 4.5, 32, 16, and 4. Then we'll make another one just like it, and we'll connect them with the sleeves also. And we got our nose bar windshield, I guess you would call it. Like I said, our roll bar is 10 across, and this one's about 9. The sun's kind of whitening this out. That's why our roll bar is a bit wider than our windshield bar. Next, I would say we're going to have to set up a 3D jig. We need something to hold our roll bar up at about 38 inches high, and the front of our windshield bar at about 34 inches high, and our nose bar, I'm thinking about 5.5 inches high. And it seems we need about 24 inches between the roll bar and the windshield bar, at least height wise. The roll bar will probably be on a bit of an angle.